Ilé-iṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán, ilé-iṣẹ́ ńlá. Yorùbá TV 247.
Ẹ bá wa dá sí.
Ìpolówó ọjà tó kájí wọlé.
Ẹ bá wa dá sí.
Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá gbogbogbò.
Ẹ bá wa dá sí.
Ẹ̀yin ará mi, ẹ súnmọ́ bí ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ pín.
Ẹ bá wa dá sí.
Yorùbá TV 247. Ẹ bá wa pín.
Senator Akpabio must apologize to Nigerians. People wey dey close to Senator Akpabio, the Senate president, should tell him that the ordinary president is asking him that as a matter of urgency and importance, he should apologize to all Nigerians.
You are following the Natasha Akpabio quarrel, right?
Yes.
What do you think?
It is not funny at all. I mean, it is still part of the dilemma. It's still part of the madness that we are going through in this country. I mean, how could a person like Akpabio be leader of the Senate? The Senate, even the Roman times, Senate. That's the highest political class. It's the Senate, the most respected political class. Akpabio should be in prison.
How?
In a decent society, Akpabio should be in prison. Many people like him should be in prison. I mean, go and read what the FCC has said about him, and they never closed the case. They just silenced the FCC. You know, when there's 44 billion, 90 billion, something billion, all charges against one man, and it has not been the charges have not been vacated. And you find him now, you know, going with excessive, what do you call it, people running after him, this siren blowing people. And he goes about, you know, shamelessly. He should be in prison. People like him should be in prison. He has no business being in government. He has no business being in charge of a country like Nigeria. And at the top, he's number 3 citizen, for God's sake. It makes you sad as a Nigerian, as somebody who has lived in this country for years, as somebody who has lived 88 decades in this country, to have a person like Akpabio as president of the Senate.
Has he done well as the president of the Senate?
He has just been clowning. I can't point out what he has done, or what the Senate itself has done. I can't point out anything that they've done.
Is Natasha out to bring him down, or Akpabio is bringing himself down?
I don't know. It's because it's still part of the problem of this country. Akpabio has never been. Is a man on the ground. These are people. This ordinarily is a plebeian. Is somebody ordinarily is a nobody. People like him are people living on the mat, sleeping on the mat. But Nigerian situation, the hypocrisy, not hypocrisy, the servitude, you know, all these funny people saying Rankadide to him, there are people making him feel that he's on top of anywhere, and making Nigerians feel that he's on top of anywhere.
Senator Natasha has accused him of sexual harassment.
Yes. Nigeria has always been a joke. So when anything like somebody accuses somebody of sexual harassment and going there, it's all part of, it's extension of the joke. Nigeria is a joke. Nigeria is a joke. And when you are accused of something and you say you are the Senate president, you don't sit in judgment in a case that involves you. It's this extension of the joke. Natasha has a right to accuse somebody if she had grounds to accuse, and they should have listened to her rather than shut her down and do the needful, you know, ask people to interrogate, ask people to investigate, and if they found her to be frivolous, punish her, and if they found the other man guilty, punish him. But things don't work like that in Nigeria because it's not a normal country. It's a very abnormal country, very, very abnormal. Sick. sick.
My other sister, the one they sometimes refer to as Joy Nuni, I like to mention her name because she'll be hearing from my lawyer anytime in the next 1 week. Crime never dies. When I received a letter from the late Abakari, Chief of Staff, that the certificates were questionable and she did not do national youth service, I wrote to the NYSC. The NYSC responded, and so I quickly changed her before it became a scandal. As soon as she was changed, hell was let loose. She first said, oh, Akpabio wanted me to swear to an oath of allegiance in the villa. And then they told her that the whole villa is wired. She said, what do I say? The next thing she came and said, he tried to touch me, and I slapped him. I'm the first woman in Niger Delta to slap him. So Ruben Apati now said, is it like sexual harassment or rape? She said, no, not rape, maybe something like that. I said, what? Is it sexual harassment? She said, yes, sexual harassment. That's what you want me to pursue. So that I will go and tell the world that she was parading fake NYC certificate. Then I will tell the world that she committed perjury. She lied under oath. And yet I have 4 daughters, and I would like to protect their image. Since people have decided to go into the gutter, let's all go into the gutter. Let's bring out everything so that you see why women also have to note that their attitude will determine.
We called Natasha. They said registered voters, 480,000 registered voters. Now, the people we don't sign now, we won't recall Senator Natasha Akpoti, they are 250,000. But the election we put Natasha Akpoti, we make a senator, the total vote cast no reach 100,000. So people don't come out to vote, but they are out to recall Nigeria Jaga Jaga. Even the person who sing Nigeria Jaga Jaga himself, na Jaga Jaga. We are in a Jaga Jaga country. Judiciary completely gone. Now, that God then they leave you now. If you offend anybody now, say I leave you for God, because we can't leave you for man anymore. No more human being. Now Jaga Jaga people remain. What a country! It is sad. There was a country. All of us, we go meet her. Our children go meet her. Our unborn children then go meet her. Making her continue. And you people, when you ready, see everybody lying tongue. When that sofa enter your Gongo, you go start asking for your rights. Oh yeah, now continue.
Confidence in her because of her gross misconduct in the Senate that led us to a 6-month suspension where Kogi Central will not be represented at the National Assembly, the Senate arm. So we have come to recall her back so that we can have a representative in the Senate, because as a people, we cannot afford not to have a representative in the Senate arm for another 1 year. So we are here to tell INEC to please follow the constitutional process for our recall so that our recall process can begin. That's why we're here.
Okay. So have you submitted or?
We've submitted our petition. It's been received. All other documents have been received. This is the acknowledgement copy of the petition.
Is it the entire constituency or just a group of people? Mm-hmm. Under which platform are you representing? Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is a concern for youth and women.
Okay. Yes. And who is controlling this?
Talking about bankroll is a personal business. It's a personal thing. We are members of our constituents, and we are saying we don't want her anymore because you cannot afford not to have a representative. So nobody is bankrolling. But we are the one that voted her, and we are saying we don't want her anymore. So we're not. Nobody is bankrolling. Nobody is having any personal issue with her. It is just what it is. The game is the game.
Okay, when you say you come to submit petition,
yes,
you have a people that are called. Is it a process that maybe you have collected the signature already, or you're about to do that? What are the things you have done already?
Okay, thank you very much. We all know the INEC rules. You cannot submit a petition without having to go and get signatures of registered voters, and that's why we're now saying, as a people, we are recalling her back from the Senate because we have gotten what it takes to recall her back from the Senate.
Like how many number of registered voters?
We have 488,000 registered voters from Kogi Central, and as I speak to you right now, we have more than 250,000 voters that have signed for her recall.
Okay. So what was the response from INEC?
Like you know, INEC is an institutional body, and its constitution is binding them, and as such, they will have to follow due process. So they will get back to us and they will do their job.
Okay, so this is the Senator Natasha where they say they gathered 250,000 signature petition to remove her from National Assembly. This video now today as she go her hometown to go greet her people where the people come out to receive and welcome her. So apart from these people who come to support their senator, they still get extra 250,000 people under 2 days where sign petition to remove her from National Assembly. Meanwhile, the vote where carry Senator Natasha go Senate, according to tribunal, was about 54,073 votes. So, Nigeria, APC magic. What APC cannot do does not exist. Nigeria is an open crime scene. We have allowed criminals to overrun this asylum. And if Nigerians cannot wake up and speak up for what is true and to stand for justice, all of us will eventually become victims of this brazen criminality where we they watch the unfold. So, Nigerian leaders, shame on you. Shame on you, Nigerian politicians. Shame on you, opposition lawmakers in the National Assembly, for deciding to sell your consciences and becoming a part of a cult instead of a parliament to speak up for the Nigerian people and to stand in solidarity with one of your own in the face of oppression. If you are too afraid to speak up, what of ordinary people like us who are defenseless? What exactly is the crime of Senator Natasha? In a Senate of 109 senators, only 4 women. And one of those women, they go through all the victimization when Natasha, they go through. So, what exactly is her offense? Una says she disobeyed standing orders in the Senate. You suspended her for 6 months without allowance and salary. You remove and withdraw her security. Senate president said if you stop to be a senator, you should stop to enjoy your security. If not for intervention of other senators, you want to stop salary of her staff. You throw out her petition from the Committee of Ethics, which of course was an unfortunate committee that would never have brought anything good for Senator Natasha. You begin a criminal kangaroo recall of the senator. And today when she talks, says she won't go visit her people, the governor of Kogi State come out with ban on public gathering and to stop convoy movement for Kogi State just because Natasha says she wants to go and visit her people. This is a bunch of cowards trying to silence a woman from being able to represent and speak up for her people. Shame on you, Nigerian politicians. Every institution of government have been weaponized and politicized. Anybody that speaks up, you become the target. Any voice of dissent, you become the criminal. Benue State that they run today, herdsmen don't they pursue, they kill people there. Complete silence from the politicians. But to victimize a woman, at the end, you will make a hero out of the situation. And INEC is in the center of this criminality because anywhere you see political instability, you go see the hand of our Nigerian judiciary and INEC actively playing. These institutions, they don't weaponize them against the Nigerian people with law enforcement. So the people will bring petition to remove Senator Natasha. They say the INEC reply them, say they no carry phone number and address. They go back, go bring that one. So INEC is the one guiding the people on how to bring the petition to recall a legitimately elected senator. Now, according to their own investigation, the address is unverified and the group itself is not registered. But INEC never respond to tell them, say it is a ghost and kangaroo group trying to remove a senator from the Senate. Nigerian politicians. I feel terrible for Nigeria and even for Kogi people. Nigerians, we must speak up against injustice because all of us are potential victims. And Senator Natasha have become a symbol of oppression and victimization. But I thank God for her because all her political life now struggle, now battle. Even for her to go to Senate, you know how the thing happen now. The powers that be in Kogi, nothing where they no do. They divide road so that INEC materials no go fit go. But if God is with you and your people are with you, whatever God say you will be, you go become. come. Nigerian politicians, power is transient. If you don't leave power, power will leave you. You cannot be in power forever. And a generation of young Nigerian leaders will rise up in this country and will succeed where you bunch of failures have failed woefully. What is this oppression and victimization? Nigerian youth, we must begin to put our words into action. Oh. This 30 days rant, by tomorrow I go begin to do other videos directed at the institutions where we're supposed to talk to. Because if you do 30 days rant without action and plan, it is noise making. It must be backed up with 30 days action. The real institution that is fashioned against Nigeria na INEC. And this 30 days run must even be converted to 30 days reform INEC and electoral system. If not, by 2027, it will be corruption on steroids. It will be criminality and Mageddon. How will you hold them accountable? Anything where they want to, they go do because they know that they can rig themselves back into power. That is where we must put our focus on INEC. May God help the people of Nigeria. The people of Kogi, I thank you now for coming out to show solidarity and standing with one of your own. Because it is not a crime for you to speak up in Nigeria. For those of us when we come to demand for good government, you think that we are your own victims. No. Planning to harm us is a waste of plan. Me, Peter, for Nigeria, this Nigeria, I know die here. I live here. The truth that I know is what I will speak. And may that truth set us free. So if you think that we are your problem, shame on you, Nigerian politicians. What a display of cowardice. May God help Nigerians to get the wisdom and courage to do what is necessary in our collective best interest. If not, as you they look, tomorrow it happened to this one, today it happened to this one, next tomorrow if it be your turn. May Nigeria not happen to you before you decide to speak up for justice and equity. God bless.
The reason why the saga between Natasha and the Senate president is so infuriating, it's because it is just very evident of the lack of rule of law we have as a country. If somebody has come out and made an allegation against somebody else, isn't it worthy enough that an independent party makes a full inquiry into said allegation? Nobody is saying he's guilty. Nobody is saying he's not guilty. But how are we going to know that? How do we determine that? We're going to determine that if an independent party makes a full-on inquiry. We're very good at organizing committees in our country, but when it comes to organizing a committee to investigate an allegation made against the Senate president, all of a sudden,
has life's unexpected expenses got you down? Fair Money's got your back. Get up to
a committee to investigate an allegation made against the Senate president, all of a sudden.
With the insecurity issue that keep rising up in our country, we only have we only have few senators that actually come out publicly to speak about it. Some of them are actually so scared because they don't want to talk about it. Do you know why? Because it's actually their party that is ruling. So for them to come out and speak about it, it looks as if they are betraying their party. You remember when Ndume came out newly and speak about it? You know the trouble that he got himself into. So most of them prefer to actually keep quiet rather than speaking up, even when they know the reality that is going on in our country. So Senator Natasha is actually one of those bold senators that come out to speak about the insecurity that has been going on, especially with how long it has stayed in our country. She wrote openly and said, an unpopular opinion on the Plateau killing, it's genocide, like many others, marks as an ethic or religious attack, but likely sponsored by capitalists hungry for mineral extraction and resource control. Thus, the killing stands condemned, and we urge that those culpable should be brought to justice. However, to stop this menace, government must deploy a multi-pronged approach to address the economy, legal security, and social factors. Our hearts go out to the Plateau State as we commiserate with the victims' families and Governor Motua. Guys, you see why people don't like her? Because if something is not really right, she'll come out and speak against it. She'll come out, she doesn't care. Senator Natasha knows they look anybody face when she's trying to address the issue. Look at the way she come out and speak about it. The mineral resources that's in Just Plateau is what is making them to have an arrest.
Now, these armed robbers, not just regular armed robbers with the street. These now prisoners. People they don't sentenced to prison, condemned, sentenced to life imprisonment. Whether they for Okere maximum security prison. Now them go rob for Bini. Yes, you don't say to come like this things they happen. Now another matter about the grammar people. When I say things they happen, when I fix and I carry talk, when I go talk. Look my face where I be like, who did you go? Things they happen for this life. Open your ears, open your eyes, make you hear, make you see. Say things they happen so that I know for a victim. Now, another big matter and I don't dig grass. As they tell me this matter, I don't believe. I first argue until I can't hear from the right source. What be the matter with the ground? Police don't arrest armed robbers. Now, these armed robbers don't be just regular armed robbers in the streets. These are prisoners. Prisoners, people that are sentenced to prison, condemned, sentenced to life imprisonment, whether they for Okere maximum security prison. Now, them go rob for Benin. You hear the matter, so? Prisoners, where they Okere prison for 1 year, now them go Benin, go rob. How it happen? How prisoners get access to go outside, go commit crime? Man, I tell you that the full story. Say the happen for this life. First of all, please, as you watch this video, make sure say you share this video because everybody need to watch this very video soon. Make everybody careful. Share this video. So apparently, the prisoners where they for condemned for prison, for carry maximum security prison, they go robbery for Benin. Now, what will be the pattern of their robbery? When they come, they go dominate the full compound. When they enter the full compound, they enter all the flats. They bring all the occupants of the flat one by one, come outside. When they bring them come outside, they will gather them for one room, and I will lie down. As soon as I lie down, 2 people go bail up and I will gone. Now, each person going to get up one by one. You will get up with your phone, you'll be your phone come, you go transfer the money where you get, send, go particular account. Then you go log out your iCloud. In the iPhone you use, you go log out your iCloud. Come out your password from the phone. They go secure that phone. Now, so they go take the one by one, they go clear your account, collect your phone, clear your account, come out, collect your phone. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang, they're outside, different flats, so they pack on valuables, like TV, sandbar, all those expensive things where they house. They pack them, your wristwatches, your better shoes, they pack them, they put for motor. Now, our police, they catch them. They go do one for Benin, they go do one robbery for Benin, just do what I tell you now, so. As they send money, people they send money till they are giving out a command. So one of the persons who can't take up the case. He said, no, since I send money go this account, and I can still go my bank, go check account history and know the bank, means I still charge these people. Now I can go police station for Benin. He report the matter. The police of Benin, they turn around. Matter don't they there. Matter they waste time. Now the guy called the member and say, one DPO Shaba, he didn't worry. I made a video about him some time ago. That DPO, they for a Pan police station. Any matter you can't call give DPO Shaba. Go sleep. Once you don't come complain, you don't write your statement, you don't talk with your apple. Go sleep, you don't get matter. You go vote others for come outside. If you like, make you inside hole. If you like, make inside deep forest. DPO Shaba will catch you. As you carry the matter, come meet DPO Shaba. Now DPO Shaba swing into action. They do their normal tracking, track account, track phone number where they receive alert, everything. Now they track the account where we say they send those money to. As they track the account, now get the account. Now they tell the girl say show. Now if the armed robber, say no. Who get this account? The money they send out, who get the money? Say now your boyfriend. Your boyfriend, you say yes, your boyfriend there. You say never see the boyfriend once. You hear the matter. So apparently, this lady is a single mother. She meets one boy online. That be this armed robber so. He meets the boy online and the boy tell us in the work for offshore, for river. Or not to the guy said this person she talk to, so the person in prison. So for prison, so they give their phone so that they use all those armed robbers. It clear say now them and the yoga of prisons. Now then they work the thing hand to hand. If not, how prisoners take get access to phone? When they make videos, if they snap, if they go club, everything. The guy they see everything for that. You don't know say na prison. That the guy did. So when they don't go enjoy, they'll go back to prison. When they don't go commit crime, they'll go back to prison. You know how many lives we could not go for this matter? Because when they go the operation through, they see the kill people too. Now they ask the guy say, "Show this person so you say they offshore say yes." Now the DPO say no. They can't begin track. They go say this person. They Okere prison. Now DPO say, I bet more leave this one first. Maybe the rest, the day outside. Maybe they track the rest. Maybe that one day for prison, they control the robbery, while the rest they outside. Now they track. Because as they send money enter the account, the boy now say, before I forget, the boy now said the girl say, make you open account for her. Say your phone falling so inside water for river. So now, you know, they feel they log into his phone. And now, they want to pay salary to him himself. Now, in the disburse the salary give workers. So make you open account with her own SIM card, her own line to open PAPay account for him himself, her boyfriend. Now she open the account. Now the account so now they send money enter, the guy don't know anything. So when money enter finish, the boy go come pass order, say okay, send 500,000 to this account, send 200,000 to this account, send 500,000 to this account, send 400,000 to this account. In form of say in the pay salary, in the pay workers salary. Because I want you to tell the girl, say now in the Oga, they pay other people salary to them, you call disbursal to the people who be say, and then they work under them. So the girl say her boyfriend they pay other people salary. No, say those people which they send money to so now people where be all of them they go do the robbery together. Armed robbers, where they okay. The police cause okay, make it track the other people where the girl even they send money to. As he track all of them, lo and behold, all na guests. They can't go they arrest them. They arrest who get this money when they send to you? You say na your boyfriend. Where your boyfriend they say no kidding. They track another one. Who get this money when they send to you? So they you say na your boyfriend. Where your boyfriend they? You say no kidding. So now guests they call they use say they receive all the money. Guests. All the other guests they know say their boyfriend so they okay. Now only this one. Now I no say the boy they okay. If you say his boyfriend they work for river. Now they take go okay. My people, when I receive the matter so who protect, I never hear that from my life, the prisoners, people where they okay, that they allow them, they go, they commit crime, kidnapping, armed robbery. Just imagine how many police people go kill. I want to go see this matter no shock on my people. Make we just pray, make God the God and protect us. Yes. Make we pray, make God the God and protect us. Those kind of people now so where they kill people. Eh? Even if evidence day, evidence you see the person and this person I go kill your person. How you want to prove for court? You go tell I'm there for prison and they serve my jail term. How you want to cut it us and make it person? Prisoners, you they release them, they go rob, they go do kidnapping. This DCC, the Oga of that Okere prison must be brought to book. Must be investigated thoroughly. And everybody will know about this matter, so they will go in for it. Yes! How can you imagine say people will say police don't work? They don't work, police don't do their work, they don't carry criminals, they don't go court, they don't sentence them to life imprisonment. You now, you they see they release those bad eggs, they come into the world again to go commit more crime. You they sabotage the work of the police. Yes! As you watch this video, please share this video now. Share this video so that others go watch and they're very, very careful. Things they happen for this life. And drop a comment, say, I cover myself and family with the blood of Jesus in the comment section. Drop that comment. Things they happen for this life.
An yi maganin wannan dole suka shi tun da Asiwaju ya ci zaɓe kan tsit to da haka ne za a samu zaman lafiya a ƙasar nan. To shi ma ka ga aka sake aka ƙara sai komi sai ya wallahi abinda muke yi kenan kuma ni da wasu daga cikin mu a ganin mu mun gama aiki.
Nasiru El-Rufai addressing a group of northerners or Islamic scholars in regards the role he played in ensuring that the Muslim ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu became successful, bragging about that. While this is not the full video, if you watch the full video, for those that understand Hausa, you hear him saying things like, we are the only religion that can do this. And by the time we have repeated version of more of this, everybody will now keep quiet, will now show them. But hey, here do we have a situation. Now the Tinubu you have brought, after celebrating and making him look like an angel, telling people about how good he is and whatever, and all of a sudden now, you're backing out of APC because possibly he is not playing according to your ideologies. And there's also a picture of him on a Punch or whatever, where he said he will never leave the APC till he dies. But the fact is, that is, the internet doesn't forget. We've gone past the era where you do things and everything just goes under the carpet. These things are still fresh. And the fact is, I think your game is over. There is no two ways about that. You can only deceive the gullible fanatics. But I just believe you can't actually deceive a good Muslim, and you can't deceive a reasonable Nigerian at the same time. Look at it. It was under your watch. We had a lot of killings in southern Kaduna and a lot of atrocities or whatever. But the point of argument around you has always been the fact that you're working, you're sincere, you're whatever. Well, the fact is, if you say he works to some certain extent, he does. But in Nigeria, we don't need somebody that just shows work, just like what Nweke is doing in FCT now, and at the same time scattering Port Harcourt as a result of trying to become a godfather over people. That is not what we need. Because at the end of the day, a person in power, a politician in power that is not even working but not fanatic is far more better than a fanatic. Because if there is one thing that divides a country more than any other thing, it's not even underdevelopment but fanaticism. That particular point in time where you think your religion is supreme or your opinions are always supreme or the only thing that everybody must live by, you are a fanatic. And that is the situation here. Though the fact is, I'm happy that a lot of Nigerians have woken up to all these tricks you are playing. If you like the camp from even APC to what is the what are the political parties, Democrats, Republic, Labour Party, or what, any party you feel like defecting to, it doesn't change your character. We have known your character. You have shown who you are. There's nothing that can change that. And the game of fanaticism to some certain extent is coming to an end. And hence that's why you have a lot of people tagging the agenda of Fulani must go, Fulani must go. This is exactly what brings up all these issues. At that point in time when you make people feel like it's all about you, it's all about your agenda, you can't fool anybody. That's just all I'm trying to say. You can't fool anybody anymore. Thank God even the youth wing of the SDP are even rejecting you because you are really a bad market. And I want to say this to any politician that will want to form alliance with this man. Forming alliance with this man will just discredit you. You discredit your personality entirely. So don't even think of forming an alliance with this kind of people. These are not the kind of people who need to drive change in that country. You can't be promoting an ideology in a civilized society, in a liberal society. No. It's not possible. Your game is up, man. If you like, defect to whatever party you feel like defecting to. All we know is the Nasiru El-Rufai that we know and we have seen will still remain the same person. Your son coming out to say now Obi is a good person after saying all those ills, after even inciting other ethnicity, other religions against other religions, and a lot of things you're now coming to debunk. It's not going to change anything. It's a game, and funny enough, we know the game.
3 Nigerians have been arrested by FBI agents working in Ghana, and they've been charged for kidnapping an 80-year-old American woman, stealing $15,800 plus from her ATM card, demanding $150,000 from her family as ransom before she's released. So the court has granted them bail, each $5 billion with 2 sureties to be justified. The case is now is being adjourned to March. This is a very sad story because while some decent Nigerians are working hard to promote both Nigeria and Ghana to promote this beautiful relationship between Ghana and Nigeria. Some Azan Nigerians too are trying to destroy the reputation of Nigerians in Ghana, and this is sad. Now, this case happened. The main architect is one Emmanuel Adodoyin Adebayo, 28 years. He posed as a movie manager in Ghana and lured this American woman to Ghana so that they will work together. The woman comes to Ghana. She had 4 phones and all that. They pick her up at the airport and take her to this hotel in the eastern region. Then later on, they took her to another hotel in East Legon, and then they ended up in Temakomte 11. They gave this woman to the Esther lady. She's also a Nigerian. So she was the one taking care of the woman. The woman was held captive in the room in Temakomte 11. And that was when the people started demanding $150,000 from her family as ransom. Now, all this while, they had taken all the 4 phones of the woman, sold the phones in Nkrumah Circle. They had used her ATM card, American card, to make withdrawals. So once they spend the money, reach out to the family, making demands on the family. The prosecutor in the case, Daniel Danku, told the court that it was the FBI agents in Ghana who reported the case to them, because of course it's an American citizen, so the FBI will be concerned about the whereabouts of the American citizen. So once the case was reported to them, the police decided to move into action by investigating the issue. And then when they investigated, they found out that an American citizen, one Diana Christine Nelson, was kidnapped by these unknown men. At the time, the police did not know the names of these young men, so they followed the case, investigated, and then they went to Late Equiapem, where they were told that the woman was kept as a hostage in that place. And then when they went there, they had moved the woman from Late Equiapem to another place. And then later they found that the woman had been moved to a house in Temakomte 11. You see, Ghana Police Service too is very smart. They traced the ATM card that was used to make the withdrawal. They arrested this Adebayo guy. And the Adebayo led the police to the house at Temakomte 11 where the woman was held. And so they arrested them. The woman was traumatized. They had to take her to the hospital to recover and all that. That was when the police arrested the Esther lady. And the Esther lady claims that, oh, she doesn't know anything, but the police charge her with abetment of crime. That is like supporting somebody in the commission of a crime. It was when the police made the arrest of Adebayo that Adebayo and Esther mentioned the Poromo guy, that there's a guy called Poromo. So there are 3 people. The Adebayo and Poromo, and then the Esther lady. And the Esther lady claims, oh, she's not part of it. It's Poromo and Adebayo who kidnapped the woman and only brought her to take care of her. So now the Poromo guy is at large. But the Ghana Police Service is very good. They traced the phones that they sold to a circle, and they managed to retrieve 2 of the phones. They are now looking to recover the Apple phone that was also sold to another person. And the phones that they sold, the police said the first phone, they made 7,000 Ghana cedis out of it. And then 4,000 Ghana cedis, they collected the money. When they arrested the Adebayo guy, he had spent part of the $15,800 that he had stolen from the woman's ATM card. He had spent it, but they managed to retrieve some of the money. So the case is still in court. And the next agenda date, which will be in March, we'll see where the case will get to. But so far, Esther and the Adebayo guy have pleaded not guilty. Let's all be careful in Ghana with the things we do. If it involves, especially an American, the FBI have offices at the American Embassy in Ghana. They are tracking every movement. They will deal with you. If they don't catch you today, they will catch you tomorrow. And they work closely with YOCO. They work closely with Ghana Police Service. They will deal with you. As part of the bail conditions that the courts issue, they are to submit all their travel documents. So they can't travel anywhere.
What is happening? Everywhere just the boy they go. Everywhere just the hot they go. Kilo de shanu wamachi go no. El-Rufai and Buhari. Now the matter with the section now. So let's talk about this gist. El-Rufai is trending, and so is Buhari, because as you all know that El-Rufai decamped to SDP, a couple of days ago, and ever since then he has been dragging APC. He has been dragging anything and everything that has to do with APC. Serious dragging. So today, he said that he consulted with Buhari before he decamped to SDP. Now, so far it starts. Buhari now came out, tweeted on his official X account that he is still a loyal member of APC and he wants to be regarded as such. That is how children of the world started dragging El-Rufai. But on a more serious note, do you think it is possible for El-Rufai to decamp? without actually telling Buhari that he was going to the camp. I don't want to believe such. The video I made where I gave the update about El-Rufai's, the camp gist, I spoke about Buhari in that video. Go back and watch that video. I spoke about Buhari in that video. I really do not believe that El-Rufai got the camp without telling Buhari. What I see Buhari playing right now is, you all know how it was for Buhari. So he literally don't want to play his card too early. I feel he's trying to play politics, in all of these things. But there is no way. They were together a couple of days before then. We saw the Kurukere. So maybe Baba is just trying to play politics. But is it possible for El-Rufai to the camp without informing Buhari? But the way children of the world have been dragging El-Rufai.
Havoc that this Fulani is actually caused in this country. We all know that it takes how many years? The last time I could remember was over 10 years ago, because the whole Fulani saga started even when Buhari was still a president in this country. And now Tinubu have inherited the country again with almost the same controversy, the same insecurities, the same trouble caused by some parts of the Fulanis in Nigeria. And this is the right time for Bola Mohammed to actually come openly to tell people that right now that Nigeria are still well open to welcome more Fulanis. Because a lot of people have actually been talking about it right now on social media, saying no, they feel like this is actually insensitive at this very particular moment, because this moment that we are is actually a very insensitive one. So yeah, but he's Fulani, what else do you expect? What exactly do you expect? Definitely, he should back up his brothers. But let me know what you think about what is going on right now. Because even Buhari himself was Fulani. He could not actually hold back his brothers that time. People were begging me, say, okay, even speak language to your people so that they will stop this.
Look at a few issues. These people must have traveled about over 5 hours from
River State,
from Port Harcourt. Let's assume they marched from Port Harcourt. They marched from Port Harcourt. It's about 5 hours plus to Uromi. And from Uromi, it will take you another 12 hours minimum to get to Kano State. So altogether, you're looking about 17 to 18 hours of travel.
And in a truck, in a truck. That doesn't move.
That doesn't move that so fast. The question that a lot of people are asking, Uromi route, how do you navigate, or what precipitated or what necessitated the going through the Uromi route from Port Harcourt to Kano? There are those who will say, those who know the route and those who know the area, say, look, that is not a usual route for you to go through. And the suspicion now comes from the locals, those who say that there are reasons to justify their actions. The jungle justice crazy idea, no one should condemnable in any sense, but I'm just picking, these are intelligence that one can put together. What do you make of that?
First off, I think it's wrong to reach conclusions in that manner and then to act on those conclusions. Even if, for instance, let's assume they are suspected kidnappers or whatever criminal activity,
or bandits, or whatever it is.
What does the law provide? The law does not provide that you incinerate them. I think this is what, as Nigerians, we need to
jungle justice.
Our attention. Mob action and jungle justice should be condemnable. With instances, I mean, the young woman in Sokoto State, my state, that was killed over, so-called blasphemy. That's jungle justice, and we all condemned it. So, irrespective of the circumstances, and I've got, the possible reasons why they traveled on that route. The vehicle is a Dangote vehicle. The nearest factory of Dangote on that route is Obajana. So it's possible that they were taking a free ride, going to Obajana, and then from there they will find their way to Kano. It's a possibility. Nobody knows. Unfortunately, now they are not alive to even
be able to
tell their story. But luckily, the driver is alive. So if he's debriefed by the right agencies, they probably would know why he's carried him. There are so many issues there, Shehu. In the first place, why would a documented vehicle like that be carrying passengers? I mean, if I were the CSO of that company, I would be worried.
to that extent. So there are so many issues that need to be unraveled. But I think let's not forget the crux of the matter: jungle justice and mob action. It is wrong. It is condemnable. If they were arrested and then handed over to the appropriate security department for investigation, then perhaps we would not be having this conversation.
It brings something also to mind that the agitation in a normal, peaceful atmosphere, people may not have reacted in that manner. Something must have angered them. Perhaps those who say Uromi, as the headquarters of Eastern North local government area, has seen a lot of these activities of these bandits, and that's why they were outraged. No reasons should ever be given for this kind of despicable act of taking laws into one's hand. But the question again is the insecurity that they have mentioned as a reason.
I started by admitting that public security has depreciated in Nigeria to a point. Yes, there are instances of several attacks in Edo State and surrounding areas, and purportedly by so-called armed Hada militias, or some would even use the word that I really don't like, which is the so-called Fulani armed men. Now, irrespective of who the perpetrator of that attack is, the responsibility of arresting that person lies with our public security departments. And so I think we need to refocus the attention on those public security departments. Why is it difficult to arrest, identify, and arrest the perpetrators of this act?
Police say they've arrested about 14.
Post the incident. Yeah. My point is, it's been going on, and amazingly, in the National Assembly, we have video clips of senators standing in the chambers, the hollowed chambers of the National Assembly, recounting and even moving for motions to ensure that the perpetrators of those incidents are arrested, but they were never arrested. And that led to the hatred that I would say, led to what happened on March 28th. So yes, clearly there is an unidentified and perhaps even unaddressed issue, which is the deterioration of public security that is now driving people to self-help. And we must, as a country, be worried about that, because at the end of the day, if profiling and stigmatization is leading to what we saw on March 28th, then...
Used to it. I cannot fathom why there are police stations in every single local government, but it takes them 40 minutes, an hour 30 minutes to get from the police station to where the insurgents is happening, while the kilometer that they're going to cover is less than 5 minutes. It takes them an hour to get there. Why? My solution to this, very similar to the one that I gave during my first video of the 30 days rant challenge, is we need to improve emergency response infrastructure. The police that are stationed, that are there to protect us against internal aggressors, this is their job. This is what they're meant to do. We need to equip them with fueling, ammunition, constant state of unrest in the country. They need to be able to get to these people as soon as possible. There is nothing the government can say to justify why the police are not equipped enough to do this. We have so much fuel driving us daga kashe ƴan uwanmu da aka yi a kudu. That same energy, that same drive to hold the government accountable for insurgents inda yake faruwa a nan a garin namu. I don't know what me sitting in front of a camera talking would do, but I know that holding whoever accountable starts with talking, and for northern Nigeria mu karɓa narrative mu yadda mu bar wa'ansu su gaya story mu dan ba za su gaye shi ba with any sort of accuracy. Mutanen ma ake asara kullum, na Allah, kullum mutanen ma ake kashewa. Yau idan ba a ɗauke mutum ba, gobe an shiga gidan mutum an mishi asara, jibi bandits sun zo sun buɗe fire sun kashe mutane. Enough.
The Tinubu government is set to arrest the Archbishop of Benue State, that is Makurdi, over the recent interview that he granted in the US about the state of insecurity in Nigeria. In fact, the whole Catholics, or most of the Christians right now, are ranting saying that the interview that he granted, was he lying, or why are they trying to arrest him? Is it because he granted that interview outside Nigeria in the US this, or what is really the problem?
The US
Why
mission
are they trying
in
to
Nigeria
arrest him?
is disturbed
Allegedly,
by this report
this is actually coming from a report from a newspaper in Nigeria, and the wrote and Reverend, because of their March 12 testimony before the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee on the human rights situation in Nigerians' middle belt, freedom of expression is an essential human right, and no one should be subjected to threats for exercising that is right. We call on all actions to respect bishops and Father Remigius' right to the speak freedom and without fear of intimidation. So right, people are watching you when it comes to this issue, President Bala Ahmed Tinubu. So if what this newspaper actually said is true, please, guys, what do you think about the situation that is going on right now, that they are trying to arrest some of the bishops that went and gave the testimony or that testify against the killings, especially in Benue? That is Benue State, Makurdi. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
I'm sure.
Alright, I'm going to be allowing you to watch the rest of the video shortly. So this is actually an interesting conversation with Daniel Bwala, who serves as the special advisor on policy communication to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So he appeared on Channels TV this evening to talk about what is happening, in Nigeria, especially the news that broke out today that the U.S. court asked FBI and a CIA to release all the files that linked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drug case in Chicago. Not just that, he also talked about he claimed that Senator Ali Ndume might be planning to join the coalition being formed by Atiku and Peter Obi. Also, he also talked about the crisis that is going on in Borno State, Plateau State, and other parts of the country where there have been unaliving of innocent lives. He spoke on so many things, and I don't want to be going into some more details. So please take your time and listen to what he has to say, and also drop in a comment what you think about everything that is going on. Also, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. With that being said, stay tuned, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Your very good brother and friend, Senator Ali Ndume, came after you. I'm wondering what exactly, maybe both of you, if you trace it, perhaps maybe you have some blood relation. And no, you're from the same senatorial district, and your local government isn't too far from
his local government.
Yeah, so and I'm wondering what exactly the issue is. But before we get into that, the reaction, and I know that the presidency has reacted to this issue, the court order was on Tuesday relating to the records of the President Tinubu when it was in the U.S., in Chicago, and there are a lot of issues relating to the FOI probe, the investigation that those records should be released. If this happened, the court has granted these agencies and instructed them to do so. Don't you think it's going to have some implication on the reputation of Nigeria's #1 citizen?
There's actually no issue in this thing. It is the opposition and probably members of, the way the media interpreted it. If you read the judgment, what the court said was, first of all, the court even dismissed the idea of joining CIA and said that CIA didn't have any file, didn't have any issue for which it should be joined in the first place. With respect to the FBI and DEA, the court said that in case, because already documents have been released for long, it says in case you think from the exempt there are documents that are yet to be released, come on the 2nd of May and talk to us so we can determine whether or not they are valid application before the court. So there is nothing actually in what was published, the ruling of the court, that is new. Everything has been in public domain for ages. But the opposition will want to feast on it because in the absence of better idea, that is the only thing they can cling on to, in the hope that they will probably misinterpret the public. Nothing at all, nothing new.
And you know what the optics are? And these are relating to President's record of how he had money, because the inference were that there were drug dealings which related to wealth and some monies, and how a certain amount of money was confiscated. These have heavy implication on the reputation, on the optics.
Like I told you, it's a non-issue. The court said, if you have any information that you think should be released, come on the 2nd of May. So let's wait for the 2nd of May, because there is actually nothing that they are seeking for which has not been released. And it's a non-issue. It is intended to create unnecessary conversation as if there is an issue on the table. Nothing at all. So we don't want to even
the reason
give
why
them
I'm
the oxygen.
asking the issue of optics and because he's number one citizen, and in any case, whatever that is done outside of this crime, the president has immunity. For criminal prosecution and all that. But the fact remains that this is number one citizen. It carries the nation, the identity of this country. He's supposed to be the number one marketer of this country. If there are records from the United States connoting or inferring issues of drug dealing, issues of underhand dealings, monies through drugs, don't you think it's going to damage the image of the country? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah,
you know you're an image maker.
Yes, but it is fictitious, right? We deal with facts before the court, and we deal with substance. As of today, the substance of the matter is that the court dismissed the application to join CIA and say, with respect to the FBI, records have been released before, which you know. But if you think there is any other one that has not been released, come on the 2nd of May. And I can guarantee you can write it and then report it on that day. The court will come to a finding that there is nothing new. Everything has been released. It's not even a subject of conversation. I've just been honest.
What about the things? No, what about the ones that have been released? The issues that have been debated, which caused a lot of campaign matter.
It was litigated, and the Nigerian people, after listening to everything, voted for him. Shaun, I came to reply to Alain Dume. Very soon you will take your time.
Which we will do. Which we do. Of course, you know, when I invited you for a right of reply, these issues were not there. And I'm raising it with you because they are also very important issues. The other part that I would like you also to speak to is the issue of the campaign billboards. These are members of your party, isn't it? And
I am not in a position to tell whether it is members of our party or not. I have even more reason to believe it can be mischievous. But for whatever it takes, we who believe in law and order, and we are focused on what we are doing, which is delivering on the promise, we felt that there is no need to distract from any conversation around 2027. The only set of people that are busy about 2027 are the coalition for a wild goose chase. The people that went to Buhari and wanted to misrepresent their visit. And President Buhari said, I want this conversation to be in camera. I don't want it to be anything closed door, so that Malam Nasir Rufat should not go and say, I'm joining SDP or PDP. That is the fact as they are, you know. So they are the ones that are busy with activities.
You're a politician now. You were not before, but now you are one.
I've always been a politician for long.
So the question, does that bother your principal?
No, it does not.
Or maybe he doesn't even want a re-election, maybe.
Our principal is focused on doing what needs to be done to put the Nigerian people in a better footing. Our principal believes in putting Nigeria in place. That is why he took the decision that no politician in 1999 till the time he took the decision was bold enough to do it. But he felt instead of putting politics ahead of governance, I will do what needs to do. There is no point for us to dance and jump, and then our children and our children's children will be paying for the untold hardship that has happened over a period of time. He's focused on that. And all of us under him, we've been dragged sometimes. When people call us to talk about 2027, we decline. Look, it is not yet time. When it is time, we will talk. Nigerians will listen. The coalition of a wild goose chase don't even have a plan, not to talk of whether they have an alternative plan.
But you see those persons, Atiku Abubakar, Tambuwal, former governor of Benue State, Nasir El-Rufai. These are people who understand the game very well.
Are they a clap of thunder out of a blue sky or kids in the block? They have been around.
They've been. That's the question.
So
it should bother you, don't you think?
No. You know what is bothering me? How to put the Nigerian people in better footing and look at the future of Nigeria. That's why I call it coalition for a wild goose chase. What are they chasing? They are just okay. Take for example. I don't want that distraction. I came to reply Alindo. This coalition that you are talking about.
Ilé-iṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán, ilé-iṣẹ́ ńlá, Yorùbá TV 247. Ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ìpolówó ọjà tó kájí wọlé. Ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá gbogbogbò. Ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ẹ̀yin ará mi, ẹ súnmọ́ bí, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ pín. Ẹ bá wa dá sí. Yorùbá TV 247. Ẹ bá wa pín.